Welcome back to the complete story for Castlevania Lords of Shadow. You would think that we would have just moved on to the official sequel for the game, but nope, not yet. Right now we're going to cover the handheld release, Mirrors of Fate. For those of you looking where you can play it, it also got re-released as a downloadable game on most systems, so keep that in mind. Now this story got told out of order, and that way they did it so they could give you the biggest shocks as they revealed the return of many characters from Castlevania classic lore. But, as we always do here at Eligible Monster, we're going to sort it all out for you guys. Our story begins shortly after Gabriel officially became Dracula. He at first took over Carmilla's castle, the queen of the vampires from the previous game. But now it's time to go over to Gabriel's son. Do you remember that son? The one that Marie hid from Gabriel by leaving him with the Brotherhood of Light. Well, his son was now named Trevor Belmont. He was bothered because his father had become the Lord of Darkness. He knew that Dracula had no idea that he even existed, but Trevor still felt that it was his duty, since it was his own father, to slay Dracula and end the Lord of Darkness for good before he could potentially harm Trevor's family. He bid farewell to his son, Simon Belmont, giving him a necklace containing a piece of a magical mirror, and his wife. Then he set forth to slay Dracula. As he entered the castle, he met with the Lost Soul. The Lost Soul attempted to warn Trevor that his mission would fail. Wishing to hear no more of this, Trevor attacked the Lost Soul, shattering its jaw with his combat cross. This would force the Lost Soul to be mute from this time forward. Trevor would then successfully go deeper into the castle, eventually meeting with Dracula himself. Their fight would be epic, with Trevor gaining the upper hand thanks to his ability to wield light and dark magics. But, seeing an opportunity, Dracula would kill Trevor with his own combat cross. In his final moments, Trevor would say that he pitied Dracula for accepting his fate while Trevor fought against his. And he let Dracula know he was his son. In shock, Dracula went to the magical mirror to verify this, and once verified, he attempted to bring Trevor back as a vampire. But it was too late. Dracula buried his son in a grave simply marked Alucard. Years later, a now grown Simon Belmont awakens in a forest from a terrible nightmare in which his mother was killed near Dracula's castle. Simon rides off to resolve this for his family and end the suffering that they have gone through for so long. The Lost Soul greets Simon at the underground gate of the castle and shows him through the magical mirror that Trevor's combat cross is indeed inside. Realizing that this is where his father must have gone, Simon begins his exploration of the castle to find the cross. Simon ventures deeper and deeper until he recovers the cross, and the cross itself allows him to venture even deeper into the castle, until he finally reaches the throne room. He stands there, glaring at Dracula, when in steps Alucard. Who's Alucard? Well, Trevor Belmont awakened inside of his grave, and when he finally arises, he is a vampire himself. But he has no memory of who he is. Glancing at the tombstone, he sees the name Alucard and takes it as his own. The Lost Soul then arrives and through the magical mirror shows Alucard exactly what happened, his previous life and Dracula killing him. Alucard desires his revenge and sets off to get it. But upon entering the castle, he realizes that Simon Belmont, his own son, is currently going through the castle, and he sets off to ensure that Simon will survive this venture. He doesn't reveal himself to Simon and chooses to stay in the shadows. Little does he know that Dracula is watching him watch Simon. Alucard makes his way at the castle until he enters the throne room, and just in time to interrupt Simon and Dracula as they're about to enter their battle. Simon and Alucard team up to properly defeat and supposedly kill Dracula. Upon defeating Dracula, Simon turns the magic mirror over to the Lost Soul and asks Alucard, "Who are you?" But Trevor can't bear to allow his son to know that he has become a vampire himself. And with that, Alucard transforms into a bat and flees the castle as Simon watches from a distance as it crumbles. But was Dracula finally defeated? Or did he just refuse to kill off his own son and his own grandson? We may never know his reasoning, but some time passes and Dracula's castle is revived, and Dracula stands in his throne room once again. If you want to know the next part of this story, make sure you follow the channel, go to our Twitter, go to our Facebook, go to our Google+, go over to our Let's Play channel, as the final part of this series will be coming out shortly after we finish playing through the final part of this game. Yeah, we like playing the games before we give you guys the story. It allows me to take a very dramatic voice and give you guys the most dramatic moments in the game. Thanks for watching.